Hi there, my name is Liam with the company Yard Dogs. In today's video, we're going to be covering probably one of the most important topics here, and that is something called customer retention. So there are studies on Forbes, there's been a lot of business studies from Harvard Business University, from Stanford, that they say that on average, it's 5 times more expensive to get a new customer than to retain a current one. So let's think about that for a second, right? If our cost per acquisition for a customer in lawn care, because that's what we're in right now, we'll just call it the CAC, the CAC, cost per acquisition. Roughly speaking, we'll just say an even number of about $100, okay? So it is 5 times more expensive to get a new customer than to retain one. So if we were to break that down just a bit more, then that's about $20 to retain a customer, then to spend $100 to go buy a new one. So what does that really mean? When we break that down, is that customer retention is everything, right? It's worth it to go that extra little mile to maybe spend that extra $20 to retain that customer than to go buy Google ads, to go buy Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and spend $100 just to go get that one new customer when you could just spend an additional $20 to retain that current customer. If that kind of makes sense, right? So when we boil all that down, customer retention is super important here. So let me just erase this here. All right, perfect. So now that we know that to acquire a new customer is 5 times more expensive than to retain one, what is the action plan that we can do right now to make sure that we don't lose customers, or we don't lose as many customers going into next season? So what we do is something called the NPS survey, also known as the Net Promoter Score. So what this is, it's on a scale of 1 through 10. So pretty much what you do, you send this out to all of your customers, and either through Google Sheets, through SurveyMonkey, through Zoho. There's so many different softwares you can do this through. And you just ask them, okay, on a scale of 1 through 10, how likely are you to recommend us to your friends and family? So, and then what they usually give back is either something of 1 through 10. 1 is the absolute worst, 10 is the absolute best. Where you want a lot of people to be is on something called a 9 and 10. So if they're on a 9 or 10, they are considered a let me spell that one right. That'll work. Promoter. So these people right here, this is where you want hopefully 60%, 70% of your customers to be in, right? It's almost impossible to get 100. If you are, then good for you for sure. But you want a lot of your people to be 9 and 10s. That means that they will actively go and refer your company to their friends and family. What does that mean? That means free referrals, that means customer retention, that means organic growth, that means a lot of good things. So you want a good chunk, a good majority, at least over 50% to fall into that basket right there. The second basket right here is something called the passives. So that right there is the 7 and 8s. For a passive, it's okay, you haven't really done anything wrong, but you haven't really done anything right either. It's sort of in the middle. You're not super thrilled with the company, but you're not where I hate them, but you're kind of just sort of on the edge. So these people right here, we need to be able to push them. We want to push these people up there to become a 9 and 10. So that's the second category. Now, the worst category is the 6 to the 1s. And these are called detractors. So the 6 to the 1s, these are the people that are not happy with your service. Either it didn't work, bad customer service, too high pricing, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, these people right here are actively telling their friends and family that, hey, do not go with this company. So we really want to limit these people. If we can push them up to here, that's great. They might, sometimes these people right here, they might not be the best fit for your company. They might not be the ideal customer. Maybe they're either just looking always for the cheapest price, or they have unrealistic expectations. So regardless though, these people right here we really want to avoid. So this right here is the NPS score. So the benefit of this when we're looking at customer retention is that when we send this out during the mid-season or early season, is that we can fix problems before it gets too late, right? So we just sent ours out about a week ago. We got some pretty decent results. Our overall score was about a 53 NPS, which is about average, honestly. So we want to increase that. So this is not a bad score, but what we can see is that I think about 10% of our people fell into the detractors, and then about, I think, 15% were the passives. So we reached out to each and every one of these people one-on-one. It was like, okay, what's going on? How can we make it better? And a lot of our detractors, a lot of the passive people, they really appreciate that. They're like, hey, you know, if you can like knock on the door, or like, usually it's like these very small things of like, oh, can you just like give me a call, maybe like one day beforehand. It's like these, not all the time, but usually it's like these minor small fixes that we have to do to be able to move them from here up to there, up to there. But I would highly recommend, do not send a survey out in October, September, where it gets way too late. Send it out right now, like right now in June, right now, so that you can fix any problems, and then going into like the next lawn care season, you can retain a lot more customers. So NPS score, super, super important. I'll link in the description here like some kind of survey types, but if you want to really kill customer retention, so you're not always paying Google in California like tens of thousands of dollars every year to get new people, and you're actually retaining the people you already have, NPS score is a great way to start. Great way to start for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really had here. Net Promoter Score, that's what you gotta be using every single month. So thank you guys so much for watching there. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, let me know. I'd be happy to talk about this anytime or anything else. So thank you guys so much. Have a great day.